Amanda Nunes and Felicia Spencer are set to square off in the main event of UFC 250. It might be happening almost a month later than we expected, but UFC 250 will finally be taking place on Saturday night, June 6th. The event was originally scheduled to take place in Sao Paulo, Brazil, in early May and feature Henry Cejudo vs. Jose Aldo as the main event, but the COVID-19 pandemic threw all of that out the window. However, we'll still get to see a women's featherweight championship bout in Las Vegas between two of the best female fighters in the world, Brazil's Amanda Nunes, 19-4, and Canada's Felicia Spencer, 8-1. Nunes, the current champion, last stepped foot in the ring in December when she successfully defended her UFC Women's Bantamweight Championship against Germaine de Randamie by unanimous decision. Her last defeat came all the way back in 2014 against Cat Zingano, and since then she's won 10 bouts in a row on her way to becoming the featherweight and bantamweight champion. Spencer last fought in February, taking down Zarah Fairn Dos Santos by TKO. Before that, she suffered the only defeat of her career last July by unanimous decision against Cris Cyborg. Other bouts on the card include a pair of bantamweight showdowns, Cody Garbrandt vs. Raphael Assunção and Aljamain Sterling vs. Cory Sandhagen, and a welterweight battle between Magny and Anthony Rocco Martin. Here's all you need to know about how to watch UFC 250. What time is UFC 250, Nunes vs. Spencer? Date, Saturday, June 6th. Early prelims, 6 p.m. Eastern Time. Prelims, 8 p.m. Eastern Time. Main event, 10 p.m. Eastern Time. Nunes vs. Spencer, approximately 12:15 a.m. ET. The event will take place Saturday, June 6th. Early prelims will begin at 6 p.m. Eastern Time, followed by prelims at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. The main card will start at 10 p.m. Eastern Time, and Nunes and Spencer are expected to enter the Octagon shortly after midnight ET, depending on how long the earlier fights take. UFC 250 TV, live stream info in the United States. The early prelims will be on ESPN, ESPN Deportes and ESPN+. The prelims will be available on UFC Fight Pass, and the main event will be available for pay-per-view on ESPN+. In Canada, you can catch the early prelims on UFC Fight Pass and the prelims on TSN and RDS. The main event is available for pay-per-view on Bell, Rogers, Shaw, SaskTel, Videotron, Telus and Eastlink, as well as UFC Fight Pass. In Australia, the early prelims and prelims are on UFC Fight Pass and ESPN, and the PPV main card is on Main Event and Fetch TV, plus UFC PPV on UFC Fight Pass. In Brazil, the prelims and main card are on Combate. In the UK and Ireland, the early prelims are on UFC Fight Pass, the prelims are on UFC Fight Pass and BT Sport, and the main card is available on BT Sport. In Germany, Spain and Italy, the early prelims and prelims are on UFC Fight Pass, and the main card is available on DAZN, the global sports streaming service, and UFC PPV on UFC Fight Pass. You can learn more about how to watch in other countries at UFC.com.